What is up, my friends? I'm MB Lee, your host today on the Beat Sessions, here to share with you a Belgium, Egyptian, and Lebanese musician, singer, and model, Tamino. I recently discovered him searching for new music, and it just so happens that his second album, Sahar, came out recently on September 23rd, 2022. Sahar actually means just before dawn, which Tamino states that time conjures up an in between realm for him. This is his second album, following up from his first album in 2019 titled Amir. Tamino is known for his haunting lyrics and moody melodies and acoustic vibes, as well as Middle Eastern influence. He plays the oud, guitar, and piano. The genres he is put under are alternative indie rock and classical, but he doesn't like to put a title on his music. He just likes to create. His vocals have a wide range, and his falsetto can be described as divine. Some of his influence comes from Tom York, John Lennon, Arabic music, contemporary artists, 90s bands like Soundgarden, and Jeff Buckley. Radiohead's bass player Colin Greenwood has also toured with him multiple times. He has been given the title of the new sound of the Nile by BBC. Something I liked that he mentioned is that he charges his batteries by reading. That's the same for me. Nothing beats a good book, and I literally just bought 3 new books this weekend to do so. And like he says, it's always great to get different perspectives from each other. I totally agree with him. There's just something about reading that helps me refresh my creativity. Tamino was once asked, what does he hope to achieve? And he answers, just to be creative his whole life. I think that is a solid goal for life overall. When we lose our creativity, we lose our soul and purpose, and just become what people now call NPCs. He actually has a show coming up here in Phoenix, Arizona on October 5th at the Rebel Lounge if anyone is interested. I just feel his songs would be really good for movie music soundtracks that can provide even more color to sceneries or scenarios as they carry very deep emotions, or his songs can go really great with choreography, as you do see in some of his music videos. This album is 45 minutes long and includes 10 songs. He released 3 songs before the album drop: The First Disciple, Fascination, and You Don't Own Me. These singles were all very different with a range and versatility, and I thought it was very smart to share these first. He starts off with The Longing. It is sad, melancholic, fast-paced guitar in the background, but he keeps his soothing voice sailing. The piano comes in the build, the song about a third of the way in, and it brings that emotion. It almost feels like it has hints of Spanish influence in it. It ends with his humming. I almost thought it was kind of anticlimactic, but after listening to it again, I think it was a good introduction to his album. The second track, The Flame, picks up the pace in the beginning with some soft drums, percussion, and guitar, I hope. Sometimes I get a little confused with the oud and guitar sound, so it might have been the oud, maybe, or guitar, who knows? The instrument sounds stays the same throughout the whole song. I think this song was a little anticlimactic, but I did enjoy the lyrics with such lines as, I didn't know who I was working for, though I recall they always wanted more. The ending was probably the best part of the song, where it has the violins perhaps coming in and giving hints of Middle Eastern sway. Track 3, You Don't Own Me, one of the singles, starts off with a slow, haunting piano melody. When the second verse comes in, soft beats come in as well. The music video almost seems like he's going through a nightmare, and it's actually pretty artistic, as most people don't put this much effort into their videos being this thought-provoking, at least super mainstream artists. The lyrics seem to describe being under unrealistic expectations and maybe being perceived as something you are not. It's powerful and poetic, especially the build at the end when he displays his vocals. Track 4, Fascination, one of the singles, This song is very different from Tamino's other tracks, as it really does have more of an alternative rock intro and faster pace, and is louder overall. Drums and guitars are more pronounced. It's almost like you can't tell if this song is new or old. It's a song that you can always put on. The last part builds and descends very beautifully. His voice is still drawn out, but a soothing, sultry voice. This song is probably the most pronounced song that fits in with the rock genre for the entire album. I did enjoy this style and hope to see more of it in the future. Track 5, Sunflower, features Angel. Beginning starts with ocean sounds and violins. The duet comes in after about the 1 minute mark. Angel's voice complements Tamino's voice very well and doesn't overpower it. I'm not sure who Angel is, but her voice fits in with haunting vocal notes Tamino portrays in his music. It's kind of a heartbreak song. Don't you notice me? I'm ready to leave everything for our love. The song contains light drums and piano. At the end, I almost thought he was talking about someone he knew died. So maybe the end of a relationship? Track 6, The First Disciple, one of the singles, we hear the oud being played, both a haunting melody of vulnerability and honest reflection about fame that maybe he wasn't ready for. The lyrics take us inside his consciousness and show the conflict inside of himself. An Arabic melody comes in about halfway in, as well as drums, and it picks up, and then it ends with the oud. Track 7, Cinnamon. This was a fun track, a little faster pace and more upbeat. It had more of a positivity to it. It almost reminded me of John Mayer, just a little hint. At about the 1 minute mark, percussion and maybe electronic sounds come in for a small breakdown, but soft at the same time. It's like a perfect calm music for rainy days or enjoying a sunset or working on homework or some creative writing. It actually also reminds me of one of his other songs, Tummy, from his previous album. Track 8, Only Our Love. The guitar had lower notes throughout the song, and I just feel Tamino really speaks poetry in his songs, almost having a soft country feel to it. I liked this track, but just thought it could have had more potential with his range. I really want to see more of his range in his next album. I think that's what makes him so powerful and attractive to listen to. Track 9, A Drop of Blood. This track has Middle Eastern notes that are brought back into the song. What I really like is that his voice is really his instrument. He uses it very well. It's like he's really storytelling from his life experiences. At about the 3 minute mark, it breaks down and becomes more intense and then recedes at the 4 minutes. I don't know what it is about soft Arabic influenced songs. I just really love them, and it makes me feel like I'm at home. The last track, My Dearest Friend and Enemy. The last track is haunting, has soft country hints in it, and I really like this song for the ending because he was using his vocal range a lot. I love his higher vocals. The vocals end strongly and passionately. Leave some truth behind. If we go our separate ways is one of my favorite lines. So that completes the review of Sahar. I definitely would give this album an 8.75 out of 10, as I did enjoy almost all of the songs. I really, really love his voice, and I can't wait for more of his work and his videos. The darkness and realness of this album just keeps pulling me in like his first album. This is definitely a vinyl please for me, as I'm a sucker for moody tunes like this. Thanks for hanging out with me here at the Beat Sessions. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments. I would love to interact with you all, and I will see you later.